Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. Our planet still hides many mysteries. Think of the depths of the abyss or the impenetrable rainforests. Compared to the past, however, we know the Earth much better. Science has been able to debunk several myths and theories that continue to fascinate. One of these is definitely the myth of the hollow Earth, a rather fanciful hypothesis that our planet is hollow inside and that a lost and powerful civilization lives there. In this video, we will talk about the hollow Earth and the folklore related to it. Before we begin, as usual, we invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. Since ancient times, humanity has imagined underground realms, often connected with the concept of the afterlife or the underworld. There are many examples. The Greek mythology's Hades, the Christian Hell, the underground world of Maya mythology, and even Sumerian mythology. Man has always been fascinated by what might lie beneath our feet. What can be reached by entering a cave or near a volcano, something that leads into the depths of the earth. If we look for an explicit mention of the hollow earth, we must move to the end of the 17th century. The year is 1692 when the English astronomer and mathematician Edmund Halley, yes, the one with the comet, proposed the theory of a hollow earth composed of several concentric shells. Halley hypothesized that our planet had an outer shell 800 km thick, followed by two concentric shells and a core at the center. Each shell would have its own atmosphere and magnetic poles that would allow rotation at different speeds. It seems that Euler, another famous Swiss mathematician and physicist, also proposed his own theory concerning the hollow Earth. Unlike Halley, Euler did not imagine multiple concentric shells, but a single large cavity with a sun 100 km in diameter at the center that would illuminate and warm the entire planet. Thanks to this star, a progressed civilization would have developed in the hollow Earth. However, we have no concrete evidence that Euler advanced this theory of the hollow Earth. During the 18th century, the hollow Earth became increasingly popular, assuming both scientific and especially esoteric characteristics. Specifically, the hollow Earth was also linked to polar explorations. There were indeed several people who proposed searching for the entrance to the hollow Earth right at the North or South Pole. The poles themselves already exerted a great fascination. It was easy to let the imagination run wild about what they might hide in their perpetual ice. The American explorer Jeremiah Reynolds organized an expedition to the Arctic with the support of President Adams, with the specific purpose of finding one of the entrances to the hollow Earth. Unfortunately for Reynolds, everything went wrong, and the expedition did not discover anything significant. This did not stop the popularity of the hollow Earth theory, so much so that throughout the 19th century there were various publications of essays and volumes on this subject, with various theories about the internal structure of our planet. In 1864, the famous science fiction writer Jules Verne published one of his most successful works, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Verne imagined a scientific expedition that, starting from an Icelandic volcano, ventured underground. Here they discovered prehistoric creatures still alive, including ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, mastodons, and bones of primitive men. The expedition then resurfaced far from Iceland in Stromboli, Calabria. Verne thus exploits the idea that there are multiple possible accesses to the hollow Earth, even distant from each other. In 1871, the English esotericist Edward Bulwer Lytton published a novel imagining the existence of an ancient and mystical hollow Earth civilization composed of true supermen. This idea of underground supermen would become very popular in esoteric circles of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, connected to the myth of Agartha. Agartha is a legendary, incredibly advanced civilization believed to have existed in Central Asia, in a mountainous and inaccessible area, similar to the Buddhist Tibetan myth of Shambhala. Agartha was considered by some to be the cradle of the greatest spiritual masters of humanity, men endowed with great wisdom but also supernatural powers. Gradually, the kingdom of Agartha was moved from Asia to the underground. George Emerson, an American writer and politician, published a book that presented the fictional biography of a Norwegian sailor named Olaf Jansen. Jansen, passing through an opening at the North Pole, entered the hollow Earth and spent 2 years there with the subterranean inhabitants, members of an advanced civilization that had abandoned the surface after ancient wars and natural cataclysms. The myth of Agartha was later taken up by various esoteric circles, including the famous Theosophical Society of Madame Blavatsky, a supposed seer and telepath. Madame Blavatsky claimed to be able to communicate remotely with some spiritual masters of Agartha. These masters once lived between Nepal and Tibet, and following the disaster that caused the disappearance of the lost continent of Lemuria, moved underground, founding the civilization of Agartha. We do not need to explain that Madame Blavatsky never provided any proof to support her visions. She remains a very interesting character nonetheless. The esoteric beliefs of the Theosophical Society and other similar groups also, unfortunately, merged into Nazi ideology, particularly concerning the idea of ancient supermen who were obviously identified as Aryans, ancestors of the German people. The Berlin government funded several research expeditions to Tibet and Nepal to find Agartha. These expeditions took place between 1937 and 1938 and did not yield any significant results. After World War II, the myth of the Hollow Earth continued to exist and began to be linked to another increasingly popular mystery, that of UFOs. In 1947, the United States Navy conducted a large-scale exercise in Antarctica. This was the famous Operation High Jump, led by Rear Admiral Richard Byrd. The objectives of this exercise were to train sailors to operate in a complex polar environment, strengthen the American presence in Antarctica, and study the area's morphology. Operation High Jump encountered some difficulties and ended earlier than planned. Later, conspiracy theories began to circulate about what happened during the operation. The Americans allegedly found either secret Nazi bases with attached UFOs or directly an entrance to the Hollow Earth, always with attached flying saucers belonging to the Agartha civilization. But are there any evidence to support these rather fanciful hypotheses? Actually, very few, if not zero. Moreover, a series of science fiction novels by an author named Robert Doherty popularized these rumors about Byrd and the Hollow Earth. It seems that the link between Hollow Earth and novels is quite strong, which should tell us something. The mix of UFOs, aliens, esoteric spirituality, and Hollow Earth still survives today, although confined to certain circles that we can classify under the broad family of New Age and ufology. Are you familiar with all the theories about the so-called Nordic alien race? Yes, those things. In conclusion, the myth of the Hollow Earth boasts a centuries-old history. Like many legends, it has changed and evolved with the changing social context in which it was inserted. Initially, the Hollow Earth theory was addressed by astronomers and mathematicians in a quasi-scientific manner. Over time, it moved towards esotericism, spiritualism, and even into the context of ufology and aliens. There are also theories concerning the hollow moon. Our satellite would thus be hollow inside and would obviously host an advanced alien civilization. Maybe there will be a video on this as well. We hope you enjoyed this quick overview of the Hollow Earth theme. It has always fascinated with its originality, so we hope it will fascinate you too. If you liked this video, we renew the invitation to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. Thank you and see you in the next video.